G'day guys, it's Phantom, and today I'm going to be talking about the new Metro, Boomin, and Across the Spider-Verse soundtrack. I got to listen to this over the weekend, as well as experience some of the songs when watching the movie. So let's talk about it. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this soundtrack, if it was its own album, would probably be Metro's worst album. Probably better than his very first one, but this, it's not bad or anything. It's just like compared to all of his other work, saying that if this was its own album, it would have been not as great as his other projects. But when you putting it into the context of in the movie, it really enhances the story so much, and it brings all the best moments from each of these songs into the movie, which I loved. The end credits song, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. That just levitated me. It was beautiful. The use of violins on that song. I'm talking about Am I Dreaming with A$AP Rocky and Roisee, I think. I'm sorry if I said her name wrong. That song was amazing. The use of the violin again is magic. And the chorus, the hook, and each of the verses were really, really solid. It is easily one of the better songs on the album. But let's talk about each of the songs individually and give you my thoughts on them. Annihilate is a very, very good starter with features from Swae, and Offset. They were all pretty solid. It is easily one of the best songs, and the use of that in the movie was really, really good. All the way with Future and Lil Uzi Vert. Honestly, that wasn't really too much for me. It was kind of weak. And also, my biggest problem with this album is the length of the songs. Like, for example, like most of them are either 4 minutes to 5 minutes long, and I think that's way too long. Most of that is filled with like instrumentals, like the outros. For example, Hummingbird with James Blake, it literally has like a 2-minute outro, and I'm like, why? I guess that they use it in the movie, and that song in the movie was really, really good as well. But they don't need a long. I don't like long outros. They are very unnecessary. If they're like a 30-second outro, then I guess it's fine. If the instrumental is great, and I'm just gonna say that all the instrumentals are great. It's just like some of the features that aren't really good, and there's some features that just don't fit the song at all, that just ruin it. So with Danger the Spider, the hook is terrible. I hate one word hooks, that because like for this one, Offset throughout the entire hook just says spider, 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 and I'm like, just bring some more into the song. But JID was pretty solid. Again, his verse was pretty good, but Offset just ruins it for me. And then Calling, it was a pretty good song, but A Boogie with the Hoodie was kind of like a throwaway verse. He didn't really do that much. Not gonna lie, Nav was actually pretty good on this song. Again, this is probably one of the better songs on the album, but Swae carries the song. It gets me on my feelings, not gonna lie. It is quite a beautiful song. Track number 7 with 8 and Offset. It's fine. The inclusion of the song in the movie was pretty solid. They mainly used instrumentals, but it's pretty alright, not gonna lie. Offset didn't really do that much, but yeah. Linked Up with Don Toliver, WizKid, Beam, Towen, I think his name is. Not too sure. But it's a vibe. Again, used in the movie really, really well. Don Toliver didn't really do that well for me, which is surprising because I love Don Toliver. He's great in everything, but he was kind of disappointing. Kind of gives off this little like cheeky little hook, but Probably the standout on it is WizKid and Beam. Not gonna lie, but the use of the song in the movie was pretty solid. Self Love is easily, I think that this might be my favorite track with Corey Leray. She was fantastic on this song. The use of the song in the movie, easily one of the best uses of music in the movie. Not gonna lie, very very solid. It has a perfect length, and yeah, Home. I'm not gonna lie, that song was pretty bad. A Lil Uzi ruined it. And non-violent communication, I think, is a pretty solid track as well. We've got James Blake, A$AP Rocky, and 21. They were all pretty solid on this song. Again, one of the better songs. And then we got Given Up with 21, Don Toliver, and 2 Chainz. Again, it was alright. 2 Chainz was kind of off. This song was way too long, but it was fine. And then we got Nas Morales with, obviously, Nas. Easily one of the better tracks. He was fantastic. It is a great track. We can't really go wrong with Nas. He always brings that old school style of rap, and it is great to listen to. But yeah, this album was okay for me. There was some features that ruined the song, and the length of some of the songs were way too long. Either that or they didn't do that much. If they cut out a few features, then it would have been a great album, but unfortunately, it was fine. But the use of all the songs in the movie were done really, really well. That's why I gave it an A+. If you watch the review, it is probably his weakest one, but it's okay. That was my review of the Across the Spider-Verse soundtrack. What are your thoughts on it? If you've seen the movie, what are your thoughts on the movie? If you had the album, what's your thoughts on the album? And yeah, have a good one.